Hello and welcome to Toy Polloi 2, and today we have an unboxing video as I've had a couple of packages arrive. This package on the right is from Alex. He's been rummaging in his loft and he had a few bits that he wanted to send over, so that's what's in there. The package on the left here is from Ian from IMR Models, the YouTube channel, and this one is going to be particularly interesting to open because it's related to some projects that I've been working on recently. So let's get on with the unboxing. We'll see what's inside. So this box is from Alex, who has sent stuff in before. It sounds like he's been rummaging through his loft again and found a few more pieces that he thought would be of use to me. So let's take a look and see what he has sent in. Right, oh look, there's a note on the top. Let's have a quick read of the note and then we'll get into the rest of the box. Let me turn that around a bit more as well. That's better, and we can see exactly what's in there. So the note says, "Hi Dave, please find an assortment of things that will hopefully be of use and interest to you. I'm keeping my eyes out for Miles Mayhem, but no luck yet. As ever, thanks for all the amazing work on your channel. Cheers, Alex." Right, well, thank you very much, Alex, and thanks for keeping an eye out for Miles Mayhem. There'll be more on that in the coming weeks, so let's see what is in this box. Okay, I can immediately see something quite interesting at the top there. We have... This is a Star Wars Empire Strikes Back snowspeeder, or the remains of one. This is probably one of my favourite ships of all time when it comes to Star Wars. I've always had a love for it. It's just such a nicely designed ship, and I like the way it sort of feels in your hand. You can hold it to sort of fly it around. And this one is fairly battered and broken. It's missing all the common pieces, so we're missing the battery covers, the lasers at the front, little bits at the back, but that engine block is in place. Guns in place. We have a cockpit, although I can see it's snapped. It's been crushed, as they often are, but that is a good base for a restoration. And I actually have a box of broken snowspeeders, which I'm getting close to being able to rebuild another one. So this will go in that box of nice snowspeeders for future projects. So I'll put that to one side. And what have we got here? This I can see. All right, this is the sort of cockpit section of a B-Wing. So Return of the Jedi Star Wars B-Wing, missing all the pieces, and it's been detached. Yeah, someone's unscrewed the main body of a B-Wing there. This piece is always broken off. There's a peg that comes out, which seems to have a particular weak point to it. You can see there's a metal bar inside there. Then there should be a peg on here which holds this sort of rear cone. But again, it's a very useful piece, so I will put that in my spares box for future restoration projects. And what else have we in here? I can see a couple of Star Wars figures, then I think I'll have a rearrange as there's more Star Wars stuff at the bottom. So there were two Star Wars figures in little plastic bags here. We have the Emperor. That's a pretty reasonable looking Emperor. He doesn't have a rub on his nose, which is unusual. A few little marks on his hands, but that's a really nice little Emperor there. I'll put him to one side. And then we have Princess Leia in her Hoth gear. Again, that's a really nice looking figure. A little bit on the dirty side. Bit of a clean, and she will come up really nicely. This is a figure that I don't actually see particularly often. I don't know why you don't see a Hoth Leia, because it's a really nice figure. It's got a really good sculpt. It's really nicely detailed, and I think the head on it is particularly good. So those are two very nice figures. Thank you for that. Then, as you saw, there was a bag, and it is this. It is a Star Wars bag with R2-D2 and C-3PO on it, with a sort of computery background. I'm not quite sure what year this is from. If I turn it over, maybe we can find some information. It looks like it's been used a lot, which is good. It must be a childhood bag that someone has used a lot, so maybe this is something that Alex took to school with him. It just says made in China there. I can't see any sort of years of it being made. It feels like there might be something in that pocket, or is it just a padded pocket? No, it's just a padded pocket. Oh look, there's a hood in there, so if you're out and about and it starts raining, you can put a hood over your head. That is pretty cool, actually. So yeah, that is a very nice bag. I will give that a bit of a clean up, and maybe I can start wearing that down the old Toy Fairs. That is very nice though. So let's put that to one side, and I'll show you there were a few other things underneath it. And underneath that were these. There are two of these mini books. We have Han Solo and Princess Leia, and these are sort of fairly small little books. It says here on the back they were 99p in 1997. So, God, they're almost 30 years old. And there's only a few of them to collect. You've got Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, printed in the UK, and they're just sort of little storybooks. You can see there's nice images there of all the escapades that Han Solo gets up to. I'm guessing the Princess Leia one will be much the same. yeah, we've got all of the sort of the bits that she was doing in all of the movies. That's a pretty cool little set of books. They remind me in the sort of size of Mr. Men books, so maybe that's a sort of standard kids book size, but those are very nice. There was also the Transformers annual. Now this is an annual I remember having back in the day, and I don't have it anymore. It's been on my list to grab again, so this is really cool. I wonder what year this is from. It's going to be sort of 1986 or something like that. But yeah, this is a book that I remember reading loads and loads. I can see it is even Alex's very own copy of the book. So this is from 1996. That is lovely. I remember reading this so clearly, all of the images in there. What a fantastic annual this is. This is going to go straight in my collection. Annuals are one of those things that are just such a great memory for me of having so many of them as a child. So it's nice to have this one back in my collection. That is fantastic. There was one final thing in that box, and it's this. It's a pack of Raiders of the Lost Ark Topps trading cards. So let's see which ones we've got in here. I've been collecting a few of these recently, and it's always good to add a few more to the collection. I wonder if these are ones I've got. In fact, I will be able to check because I have my pack of trading cards just to the side of me. So yeah, there's a nice set of trading cards from Indiana Jones. Those will go straight into the collection as well because I'm actually trying to complete that set. So Alex, this is absolutely amazing. Thanks ever so much for sending these in. These will be very useful. I can never say no to Star Wars pieces and projects, and yeah, there's some bits that will definitely be in my collection. And the Transformers annual I will be reading later on, so thanks for that. So this package is from Ian, who runs the YouTube channel I'm Our Models. If you haven't checked it out, I suggest you do because it's got some very interesting projects on it, and this is one of those projects. He's been working on some black hole stuff and 3D printed out a version of the Palomino spaceship that he has designed, and he's very kindly sent me a copy of that, and it's something I'm really excited to see. So let's open this box and take a look at what he has sent over. And so here is what was in that box. And as I said earlier, this is really very exciting indeed. This is a playset that Mego was supposed to produce for Disney's The Black Hole and then never did. There were a few sort of early photographs of a prototype of it. And it's just been a sort of a grail of many people and many collectors over the years. But as you can see, this is a 3D printed version of a sort of an idea of what that playset would look like. Now, Ian has sent me a little letter, so let me read that out. It says, "Hey Dave, here is my version of the Lost Mego playset vehicle from the Black Hole, the Palomino. I've knocked up a fake box label and an instruction sheet just for you." I'll show you those in a minute. They are just here. "I love your channel, and the many helpful hints and fixes you've given over the years have been invaluable for an old toy bodger like myself. I've popped the STL files up on Etsy for anyone with a printer to produce their own ship. I will put a link to that in the description. A couple of Americans have already done them using much better printers than I have. Enjoy the trip through the Black Hole. Thanks, Ian." Well, Ian, this is absolutely amazing. I've just been admiring it off camera and having a little play myself. It really is very nice. And as he says, he's put sort of instruction sheets as to how to put it together. There's also stickers as well. I can show you there's a whole load of stickers which I will be adding. I think I might end up having to do a separate video on this project and getting it all put together. But yeah, you can see there's an instruction sheet and a sort of fake box for it as well. It really is cool. So let's have a closer look at it. It's got lots of details to it, so you can see it's pretty tall. These are the Mego figures you can see here. These are the original figures, so these are 3 3/4 inch tall figures. And it is off the top of my camera. I will show you the top of it in a section. But we have an opening panel on the side, so you can see the inside of the Palomino with a little window off to one side there. This whole top you can actually remove if I just pull that off so we can get inside it. But on the top you have this extra section with an antenna, and this rotates away as well. So you can access a little section that's in the middle there. In fact, if I put that back on, and I'll move these figures out of the way, I will tilt this over so you can see there is a little sort of computer console in there with a seat. And if I take this top section off, in fact I'll take the bottom section off as well just for the moment so I can show you all of the details. You can see inside we have more consoles and a seat there for them to sit on, little computer panels that we can stick some of these stickers onto. It really is absolutely amazing, and the print quality actually, as Ian says, is there are other better printers, but I think the print quality on his is really pretty good. There's a few little sort of marks where it's been printed and sort of support lines, but otherwise it's very nice indeed. And we've got these sort of hinges that are little pins that you pop in so you can open this panel here. It really is fantastic. Ian, thank you so much for sending this over. I'm going to do some work on this, and as I say, I think I might end up having to do a separate video on it to show it in all its glory. But as you can see, it's a really cool thing. I've just got to find somewhere now to display it. But thanks so much for sending that over. That is cool. And if you want to print one yourself, I will put a link to the STL files that Ian mentions in his letter. I'll put that in the description. So go and grab those if you have a 3D printer and are a fan of the black hole. So that is it for this unboxing video. I do need to say a massive thank you to Alex for very kindly sending in all of these potential projects. I'm going to have great fun fixing up that snow speeder. As I say, that is a real classic ship that I absolutely love. So they are always fun to work on. And a massive thank you to Ian. Please do check out his channel. I will put a link to that in the description, as well as to the STL file. So if you have a 3D printer, go and grab those, because this is fantastic. For black hole collectors, it is a holy grail. So I'm going to really look forward to getting this sort of finished off and get all the stickers stuck on it and finding a place to display it with the rest of my black hole figures. So yeah, massive thanks to Ian for that. If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified each time I upload a new video. And if you've really enjoyed it, then head on over to my main channel, Toy Polloi, and subscribe there as well. And thanks for watching.
Oh, you good girl.